What's up? What do we got?
Now you've had a chance to watch the film from the scrimmage. What do you think of the two rookie tackles out the play?
They made progress. You know, we had a couple missed assignments that had nothing to do with the physical ability, so that's not something to take away from. Both guys held up well in the run and the passing game, and we rushed on them hard. We sent our best guys at them. They had a lot of speed to look at, so it was a good first outing. And that was really the first chance. You know, when you look at that film in our stadium, it just looks different than out here, and it just gives you more of a gauge, you know, to see him out there, and you can just tell the quickness in the movement and all that stuff. It was a good day, really good day for those guys.
What did you see from Drew in the mock game?
He was on time, he was quick with the football, made good decisions with it. He unfortunately missed the chance on the ball down the middle late in the game. That would have made a nice little top into the day's work. But he was really comfortable and poised. He was good at it.
Is that the best you've seen in camp so far?
Yeah, I think it was his most solid performance. You know, he's had really good days too, but I think that was the best one under the circumstances. He went with the ones and the twos, and all of that, and he did. I really liked his poise, and his comfort in the pocket, handling stuff, adjustments, calls that he had to make at line of scrimmage. All of that he handled very well.
How are you feeling about his balance and trying to take the shots downfield?
He's doing right. He's not out of whack at all on anything. He's not. He had a forced ball on the first day of practice out here, and he hasn't had one like that since. It was a really terrible decision, and it gave us a great opportunity to kind of, set the groundwork and for mentality and approach and how we do stuff. And he's been really clean for the most part. He hasn't thrown very many bad balls in this camp.
What about Gino? Is it fair to say he's still in the lead?
Yeah, he's still doing it. Gino had played well too and was really solid. He really started well. He had a couple great drives off the bat, took us down the field and all. In the second half, we weren't quite as clean with the stuff we were doing, a little raggedy at the line of scrimmage, and it showed a little bit. But he had a really good start and a good showing for it.
Watching it back, what was your impression of the rookie tackles and how they handled things?
They have everything ahead of them, and they're not. It's not scary putting them out there. They're comfortable. They're poised athletes. You can see them in the run game and the pass game, ability to adjust and to move, to return to balance, which is what a big concept for linemen. Be able, when they get out of whack, and they get back on track. And both guys can do that because they're really good athletes. I don't see anything holding those guys back other than just the time, and the experience. And they got good guys they're battling against too. But nothing but positives right now. And they're going to get a lot of play time this weekend.
Nice touchdown catch from Murphy's today down there. What has he been showing?
He's really been one of the real highlights of camp. His speed shows up all the time. His consistency as a route runner. He's also he adds a lot just in his makeup as a guy in the room with the other younger players. Got leadership qualities about him, that because he does stuff right all the time, and he's really disciplined about the things he's doing. That was a great grab today, but he's been really steady, been very productive.
What happened to Artie Burns?
He tweaked his groin today, unfortunately, in the one-on-ones. I don't know what that means at this point, but he felt it, and so we had to get him out of there.
Do you expect Sidney Jones to be out a while longer?
Yeah, I need to hear more in the next 2 days to see what's going on. He's feeling really good. I talked to him this morning, but I got to get the rebound of that from the docs. I haven't heard that today.
What happened with Ryan Neal?
He sprained his ankle. He had a high ankle sprain. It seems like weeks ago now, but probably a week ago. So it's going to be a little bit. It's a pretty good ankle sprain.
DJ running a little harder, more physical this camp?
The running backs in general look more confident. I really think that Rashad's influence in the end of the season really made a difference on our guys, and I think that we've really taken to how we run the football. The confidence in reading things the way we want to read them has really gone across the board, and Homer's done a really nice job too. So I think the top four guys running right now have really made a lot of progress, and they're giving us real consistency in the line of scrimmage, and there's benefits to that. The backside blocking and all that that we count on has really shown up, and we've shown pretty good consistency regardless of who's running it. DJ's had a really good camp.
What's the thinking behind Kobe Bryant and Nickel a little bit today?
Yeah, well, this was a thought we had before. He's such a well-rounded football player. The playmaking ability has really shown up. There might be some opportunities for him to do more things and be more available to make plays. So I just wanted to kind of. We've talked to him about it. He's been training, not on the field, but off the field, knowing that this was coming, and so this was the right time to do it. And we're a little bit low in the corner spot, with Johnny Reed out too right now, and so I don't know if we'll be able to enjoy him being in there as much but we want to, and I think it's going to be a really interesting experiment for us.
Does this defense lend itself to more defensive backs or how you want to play?
No. Sorry.
What happened to John Reed?
He's got a groin thing going, I think it is.
If you use Kobe more nickel, what does that mean for Hugo and Marquise Blair?
Well, we're just trying to figure out where our guys fit right now. It doesn't mean anything to those guys right now. I mean, he's just barely scratching the surface, so he's not threatening to take anybody's spot at this point.
LJ Collier, how's he doing?
He's okay. Yeah, he sprained his elbow, and it's going to take him maybe even a couple days before he might be able to get back this week. We'll see.
Is Trey Brown any closer to contact?
Yes, he's making progress. He's running and working out, but it's not like in the next day or two. It's going to be sometime still. He hasn't been able to run full speed yet on the field, and until he can do that, we won't know anything.
What are you seeing from your tight ends as a unit right now?
Well, I love the group. Really, I mean, they're just well-rounded. They've got unique qualities that they bring. We can run, and everybody can catch the football. Like I've said, Colby has been a surprise that he's so solid right now physically. And Noah can do the whole thing, and Will is as steady as you can get, as being able to handle the line of scrimmage and handle the movement stuff and catch the football really well. So it's a really well-rounded group, and they're going to be a big part of what we're doing.
How's Jordan Brooks?
He's going through the walkthroughs, and he's running around at the walkthroughs, not ready yet to come back out on the practice field, but he's just not going to let this hold him back. He's just battling, and so I don't know exactly when, but he's getting all the work in the walkthroughs, which is really important. So he gets a ton of reps every day. So, yeah. He's getting really close. He's out here. We're doing a lot of stuff with him. We haven't hit top speed with him yet, so he's like 70%, throughout everything. So he can do a lot of work, but he just can't go full speed yet.
Tyreek Smith.
Hamstrings and ankles.
Tyreek Smith. Is he close to getting back?
He aggravated the other side of his groin, or of his hip. He has one hip, and he aggravated the other side. So I can't tell you. It's not a good sign for him making progress right now. It's one thing or another. So when he was out here, he flashed really well. We really saw him. Everybody could, said, oh, look at this guy, and then we couldn't see him anymore, so we couldn't look at this guy.
With the quarterbacks, is there anything more you could reveal about how you would use them Saturday at all?
No.
With all the competitions you have, Pete, and 1-0 preseason game now, how does that change how?
Well, that's why Lumen was such a big deal for us, and we're taking a lot out of that first experience. We made it like a game. We talked about it like a game, approached it in every way to try to get these guys to show us what they would be like on game day, and we had a really good response from the fellas. So we feel like we've already got one logged in the books, to start the evaluation process.
With Sydney and Artie sitting out for today, you had Kobe and Tariq up in the ones.
Yeah, how about that?
How have you thought of them so far through the mock game? What you saw back on film of that? And
Those two guys they've been doing it. I mean, that's been they're totally different. The way they make their plays, the way they play the game, that's totally different. But they uniquely have qualities that are really, really exciting now. Kobe has been all over the place. He's made plays in the running game, in the passing game. He's been very effective and made another play in the scrimmage at Lumen. And he's doing well. Shows a lot of flexibility and a lot of poise, and really, I'm not at all concerned about him playing a bunch in this game. Tariq has been really, really impressive in that he's been so consistent against our fastest guys. He's been able to hold up. He's had a lot of reps with Marquise, and I respect the work that he's gotten done there. Deep balls and stuff on the sidelines. He's done a nice job. Haven't seen him tackle anybody yet. See how he's going to play in the running game. I have a little better feel for Kobe than I do with Tariq in that. But because of that, I've gone back and looked at the college stuff again, to see, just to remind me, what it looked like, to try to gain some insights to what we're going to get. But he's going to play a bunch, and we're just going to see how far these guys can take it. So this is a really nice-looking pair of guys now, and we're very fortunate.
With Drew and Gino, how is the timing and the chemistry coming along with throwing to Tyler and DK in particular?
We're trying to make sure that that balances out, just so that the evaluations, are evenly set. It's going to take us a bit to get that done, but we're on it. This week is a big week. I don't know if you could tell this, in today we did a lot of switching and changing to make sure that everybody's getting to work with everybody. So it's a factor, and I want to make sure that we're really clear on it. So it's worked out a little heavier in Gino's favor to get those guys their work so far, but we'll pick up on as we're going, and I'm real aware of that. I want to make sure that that's not a factor, and that it's out of balance.
Earlier, just to clarify, you said Gino's still in the lead, you would say?
Yeah, he's still going with the ones that, he's going to start the game this weekend, and he's ready to go. Had a very solid day today. Now he made some big throws today.
Tariq, when you guys drafted him, you mentioned how kind of raw of a prospect he was, but where has he made the biggest strides for you since you've gotten your hands on him, that you've seen him make progress, maybe farther ahead than you might have thought?
Well, he's really beautifully suited to play the position in the style that we like coaching him, and I really couldn't ask for a whole lot more in terms of size, speed, stature, length, all that stuff. I love that he's really even keeled in handling things, and things aren't bothering him, and if he gets beat by something, he bounces right back. Seems very clear-headed in that regard. He's just as talented as you could hope to get. I've never had a guy that has more than he does. And we've had a lot of corners come in. I've tried a lot of times with the big guys, and I've never seen a guy more, better equipped to take it. So, and he makes it look easy, at times, and that's a really good trait. So, but you guys just see, he just hadn't done anything yet. So, but we're on our way.
Josh Jones showing? It seems like he's made a lot of plays.
Yeah, he's had a very, very obvious camp. I mean, he's made plays in the running game and in the passing game. He's probably got more picks than anybody. He's playing all of the spots. We're able to put him all over the place, and he's shown learning ability fine. I mean, he's kind of like he's almost a reborn football player to me. He had some issues over the years that things didn't work out. Not serious issues, but stuff that it just didn't work in the places he was at. And when he came here, we gave him a clean slate and said, let's start all over. I don't care what's happened before. We're starting all over. You got a fresh start here, and let's go. And I think he was a second-round pick. Is that right? And he's really fast. He's 200 and almost 18, 20 pounds, something like that. And he's made hits. He's made plays on the ball. He's fit in the running game. He's covered guys. So he's been really important. It's been a big opportunity for him with Ryan Neal not out there, and he's taken advantage of that.
You were looking into back in the draft?
I don't remember him in the draft. Unfortunately, I don't recall us looking at him back then. I'm sure we had him on the radar and stuff, but I don't remember. We weren't ready to pick him at any time that I can recall.
How was just the downfield throws coming along in Kansas?
Every day out here, it looks better. We're hitting more stuff every day, and we're emphasizing. The first 4 or 5 days, it didn't feel much. It wasn't happening. Guys were really on top of stuff. We're working really hard to find our spacing, to get open. The DBs have been doing a nice job. We've had more pass breakups than we've ever had, and so. But the last couple days, the Cubes are really zeroing in and they're finding guys. And we just missed having a huge day today on a couple deeps. So today was one of our best days.
Phil Haynes, what have you seen out of him? Where does he fit into things?
Phil can start. He plays like a starter. He looks like a starter out there, and he's pushing Gabe. He really is. He's our guy that's swinging right and left side right now. If he had to start for either guy, I would feel absolutely comfortable. He's made great strides. He's really physical. He moves well enough. He's a smart kid. He really cares. You can count on him. No, I feel like we got 3 starting guards right now that really we could play and be fine with.
Big picture, looking at the league, how have you seen the evolution of how slot guys are kind of built from the Wes Welkers to maybe some of the bigger guys?
Yeah, I don't think that there's a trend that's really emerging. I think this is just over the years. There's always been a variety of guys. It's always a position that depends on the guy, and how he plays and all. There's been some big guys that play in there really well with skill. Larry was as good as you could put in there, and he's an entirely different guy than Welkers, or the smaller guys that do their stuff. Beasley, those kinds of guys. So I just think it's always been a position that's open to the coaching staff to, what do you got, and then how are you going to do it. And so I don't know that there's a trend in any direction. If there is, I've missed it.
Was Richard Sherman there as a media member on Saturday?
Sherman, I think Sherman's just curious. I think he's just trying to keep up with it. It was really good to see him, and I'll talk with him again this week. some stuff. He got to watch our guys, and we got some stuff to talk about. So it's great seeing him going into the business that he's going into. He's going to be great. I think he's just going to be phenomenal, and he's well suited. He'll have a lot to say. Yeah, all of our guys are consultants. All of them are. I talk to everybody I can talk to. Trust them,
Are you leaving Thursday night like a normal East Coast Tuesday thing? Are you leaving for Pittsburgh Thursday night?
We're leaving early, yeah. Yeah, we are leaving early, and then we're going to consider the next week like a Thursday game, too. So we're just going to knock them out so our players know what that's all about. Just like practicing out here, we're practicing the trip. So, yes. Okay.
Anything else?